Los Angeles looking at the work of Craig Ellwood, one of the most refined voices of post-war California modernism. Like Geoffrey Barwer, Ellwood came to architecture unconventionally. He had no formal training, yet in the optimistic years following the Second World War, he established a practice that would help define a new way of living in America. This was the era of the case study houses, a program that sought to reimagine domestic life through architecture. The aim was clear: economy, efficiency, and modernity. Steel frames, open plans, and glass walls offered a vision of the future that was light, rational, and accessible. Ellwood's work sits firmly within this movement, but it also stands apart. Where architects like Richard Neutra explored a fluid relationship between inside and outside, buildings dissolving into landscape, Ellwood pursued something more controlled. His architecture is precise, measured, and disciplined, drawing comparison to Mies van der Rohe. Structure is expressed, nothing is concealed, and yet this is still California modernism. The ambition to bring the outside in, to engage with light, climate, and landscape is always present. One of the clearest expressions of this is Ellwood's Courtyard Apartments. At first glance, they appear almost austere. Steel frames, rectilinear forms, and a restrained material palette. But the spatial experience reveals something more nuanced. The courtyard becomes the organizing principle of the project. Rather than dissolving boundaries, Ellwood defines them. The courtyard is enclosed and deliberate, a space where landscape is framed rather than absorbed. Movement is calm and ordered. You pass from interior rooms into open spaces where light and air are introduced in a measured way. There is no excess, only clarity. This is the architecture of economy, not just in cost, but in means. Every line has purpose, repetition creates rhythm, structure creates beauty. Ellwood's Malibu beach house offers a different expression of the same ideas. Set against the Pacific, the discipline of his architecture becomes a counterpoint to the landscape. Steel and glass frame the horizon. The building touches the earth lightly, precise, elevated, and restrained. Like the case study houses, it reflects a belief in a better way of living, a sense of optimism that architecture, through clarity and discipline, can improve everyday life. Craig Ellwood's work represents a moment when confidence, industry, and design aligned to produce something new. But his legacy goes beyond that moment. He shows that modernism need not be expressive to be powerful, that restraint can produce spaces which are both functional and quietly poetic. For those of us thinking about design today, his work remains highly relevant. It reminds us that simplicity is not the absence of ideas, but their refinement, and that architecture at its best is both rational and optimistic.